Welcome to a very special edition of Inside IU Softball with Michelle Gardner. I'm Dave Leno exclusively for IUHoosiers.com. We say it's a very special episode because we're en route to Dallas. We're sitting on a Southwest Airlines flight. Coach, you're in a beautiful exit row, a lot of room. How does one get to sit in this row? Because we're all the way in the back, Coach.
Well,
it's pretty
when
disgusting.
Your name's first and you're the head coach, you can sit in any row you want. Just kidding.
I got to get on your level sometime.
There you go.
Well, let's reminisce first off about last weekend. Instead of playing 5 games that was normally on the docket for you, you competed in 3 because of some inclement weather. You started off against Chattanooga, a team that was ranked in the mid-30s, and you came out with a W, 2-0.
Well, I felt really good about that. Chattanooga's been real strong the last couple of years, and obviously we need to compete in all of our games, and I really felt like we came out on a good performance, and still, I think we still need to score some more runs, but Chattanooga's a real good team. They played, Georgia in a close game on Sunday also.
One of the players that was a producer in that one, the freshman Jenna Abraham, 8 hits on the year, accompanied by 8 RBIs. She's been a staple for you when she's in the lineup in that middle part of the order.
Well, and she has. I mean, obviously as a freshman coming in, she's seen a lot of time, and we're still kind of playing with the lineup just a little bit, but I think as we go along, it's becoming just a little more solidified, and she obviously is someone who could be very solid in the middle of that lineup for us.
Morgan's been pitching very well for you. Arguably, I would go as far to say that might have been her best 2, maybe 3-game stretch of the season. She put you in a good position against number 1 Georgia, who still is in that spot this week. Now, 3 hits she surrendered. Fortunately, a home run to a Georgia player. Montemayor limited you guys at the plate.
Right. Well, and I feel like Morgan's been very solid. Obviously, I think she's getting better each week. He's cut down her walks, which is something that needed to happen. And, I think she just looks relaxed out there. I think she's just starting to kind of come into her own. And, we've played a pretty tough schedule. Georgia being number 1 in the country, I think there's a handful of teams that could be in that spot, but they're very good. And, the one pitch that she did give up the home run was
Southwest Airlines peanuts?
Oh, wait, hold on. We got some peanuts here.
Accident.
And wait a minute, they're honey roasted
peanuts.
peanuts.
Do we get
honey roasted? Oh, you can eat.
That's what happens when you're the head coach. You get 2 of them.
And I'm in an exit row, so it's even better.
I know, see? Leg
Wow.
room and peanuts.
Well, continuing on with that, you were going to play Georgia a second time.
Yes.
And it was really frustrating for you guys because you really thought you could have came back and really the result would have been in the opposite direction.
Absolutely. And I did feel like that. I felt like, I think Georgia's kind of a team we can compete with like a lot of teams. It's just a matter of kind of breaking over that hump just a little bit, and we're right there. I think we're right there. I think we're ready to take the next step, and we're getting prepared for Big Ten. That's what this is all about. And
you did take that next step against the Dukes, James Madison, before you had the long bus ride home to Bloomington. You got 9 hits, and that was the highest total since the UAB game when you put up over 10.
Sure.
All throughout the lineup, the girls really excelled.
Yes, and I felt really good about that performance. James Madison is very good. They're going to be very good in their conference. I mean, most of the teams we've seen are probably going to be in postseason, which is an amazing. If you look at our whole record and all the teams we've played, I can't think of one of them that will not be in postseason. So it's kind of a great experience for us playing teams that are all going to be there, and to put up 9 hits against them, 5 runs. I mean, I felt really confident about where we were at that point. And, hopefully it just carries over. We actually took a couple days off this week, which I felt we needed because we've done a lot of traveling, as you know. Obviously we're on a plane. So I think it's just time to. We're right there. It's time to really start putting up some good numbers.
And Coach, tell us what you're thinking about going into this tournament. You're playing some tough competition. Missouri State you start off with. Then you're facing a tough squad in Oklahoma who's hosting this tournament.
Well, I mean, obviously I think we need to come prepared for every game. And, Oklahoma is the top 10 in the country. And, we have some tough games throughout the whole weekend going into Tuesday also. But we got to come play. And Oklahoma is no different than any of the other top 10 teams that we've faced, the Cals, the Arizonas. And I think we're ready and at the point where we need to be coming out for the win.
When you look at Big Ten, you see the teams that they played. In my opinion, the RPI doesn't even compare to what you guys have. You faced all this stellar competition that puts you in a good position to go out there and turn some heads.
Absolutely. And that's kind of, obviously when I schedule every year, I want to face the best competition in the country, because when we get to some of the better teams in the conference at this point, you want to be able to compete with them. And right now, I feel like we can compete with any team in the conference. And so, I'm thrilled about the schedule and the teams that we're playing, and the places that I feel like this team can go.
You talked about the travel. You'll first go to Norman, and then you will drive back down to Tulsa to play Tulsa and Northern Iowa. Your assistant coach, Krista Hebert, coached that squad, and also Lindsey Callahan played for Northern Iowa. So
sure,
it's going to be some interesting matchups there.
I think it's going to be a fun week. Week we have kind of runs into that, but I just felt like this was a good trip for us to get some out-of-region teams. And, to me, we've kind of faced most of the regions in the country. Actually, we've covered, I think, most of them. So I'm really excited about playing Tulsa and Northern Iowa. I think good competition and just makes us better.
You had a long week to figure things out. You guys traveled on Friday to go out to Oklahoma. So how's the hitting been? Has that been improving in practice? And what are the girls doing to solidify themselves in a lineup position?
Well, obviously everybody's working hard, and we just have been practicing. We haven't really changed our routine. We're still doing the same things that I think we need to do to be successful, and obviously my assistants have worked very hard with the hitting part of our game, and those are the things that, as a group, yes, we still need to see a little bit of an upswing here, but you don't want to peak at the wrong time, and I feel like we're headed up the mountain still at this point, which I think is a great place to be. And obviously I think as we come down the long stretch of going into the Big Ten, we have positioned ourselves very well to win some games and do the things that we need to do.
And we're in a great position right now. We're in the exit row. We have peanuts. We have no turbulence on the plane. It can't get any better than this. Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Dave.
On behalf of Coach Michelle Gardner and our videographer and editor, Nate Weekers, I'm Dave Leno. Best wishes, everyone.